So I might have an addiction, a perfume addiction. Not a bad addiction to have. There's a lot worse ones. I've tried to make this video a few times over the last year and I just didn't like the way it turned out. I also enjoy watching these kinds of videos when I watch other YouTubers, so I decided to make one of my own. So I'm gonna start with the perfume that started the entire collection. And it's actually my favorite perfume. And that would be this one right here, Versace Eros Parfum. And I remember sitting in the hair salon, looking at a magazine, smelling this perfumes that they have in there, right? And this had just come out at the time and it was in there and I smelt it. And I said, you know what? I haven't got a really nice perfume in a long time. And this is before I had like all of this. And I said, I'm gonna go do that today. So I went out and I bought this one. And it's so me, the bottle, the gold, the Medusa, everything. And it smells very rich to me. It's also clean, it's also floral. And this is just it's always been my all-time favorite perfume. And I kind of am a little disappointed because when I ask people to smell this one, they never tell me this is their favorite one out of all my perfumes. And I'm a little bit sad about that. I didn't bring all of my perfumes in here because some of them I just don't have a story about, and when I watch other people's videos, I kind of like the story behind it, and that's kind of what this is, gonna be a story time and all that. I'm gonna do Versace perfume. So, this perfume was actually a gift from a good friend of mine. This one is Versace Bright Crystal Absolute. So you wanna get this one over just the regular Bright Crystal because it's a higher concentrate in perfume oil. The other one's a toilette, which is less, and this is a perfume, so I would get this one. I would have to say that this perfume is probably the one I know everyone's gonna love. This is the perfume that men go crazy over. If I want a man to be really drawn to me, I'm gonna wear this. And I'm gonna also show some other perfumes that a man is really drawn to, but let me explain this one. It has a sweet floral, so it's like raspberry and floral. And it's very springtime, very fresh, very clean. And this is the perfume when I've asked people to judge between my favorite perfume or this one, they always pick this one. But this is the perfume that I recommend the most. If you're gonna get a gift for somebody, this is the perfume I recommend if they like clean florals. The other perfume at Versace, and I have to say that if there was a perfume house that I just loved almost everything that they made, whoever their perfumer is, I'm assuming they have the same perfumer, I don't know. It would be Versace and Dior. Those perfumers I think have really amazing scents. And the other one that's really nice that I like is Yellow Diamond. It has, I know these scents so well, so I don't have to always smell them. It's very lemon and fresh, and I think that it's very non-offensive. So like if you wanted to go to work, you could wear this to work. You could wear this out. You could do both with that. I'm trying to think of when do I have a really great story for you. I have a couple of really great stories. This is the one with a good story. Okay. So, since I have a perfume addiction, one of the things that I do sometimes by myself when I'm bored, just to kind of get out of the house and do something, I like to go and smell the perfumes at the store. So Macy's kinds of recognizes me now, and I don't really like that, so for that reason I kind of have held back on going. But anyways, I was in one of the stores and I was smelling perfumes. And I've always kind of been interested in Chanel perfume, and at that point I didn't have any. And this lady comes up to me and she sees me smelling the perfumes, and she didn't work there, she was a customer, and she was probably in her late 40s, really dressed up nice, you know, the kind of person that I would want to be if I'm older, you know, like a nice businessy, classy, well put together woman. And she says, that one, that's the one you gotta have. And then I'm like, which one is it? And she says, Coco Mademoiselle. So I bought it, of course. And I've always think about that lady and how this has gotta be the rich, classy woman scent. And that's what Coco Mademoiselle is to me. And the other thing that's kind of silly about me is I guess I sometimes like to pretend that I'm somebody else. I don't know why I do this. I'm totally fine with who I am. I actually think I'm pretty cool. But I kind of think that each scent kind of brings out a different character in you. Like who are you today? Are you the glamorous, Or are you the, you know, you just want to smell clean at home? Or what are you? Who are you today? Are you, that's kind of what this is. Each of these is a little bit of a different identity. Scent also is what brings back memory the most. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it triggers memory, his scent. And so a lot of these brings back a memory of a time period in my life. And I kind of think of life as chapters. And, you know, I'm kind of in this weird chapter right now myself, trying to figure things out. And, you know, we'll talk about some of my other chapters with these perfumes. What would be my perfume for this chapter? What would be this perfume's chapter? The scent of the chapter would be, and you know what? I think it's actually would be this one. And this is a Versace, and this is Dylan Blue for the women. And I actually really recommend this one. This one is very, I think it has apple in it. It's very clean and fresh, and I think this is one that you can never go wrong with. I think this is going to be one I always rebuy and always have. And so I'm gonna say that Versace Dylan Blue is the scent of this chapter in my life. So this one, it's called Michael Kors. It's their original scent. This one is a scent that my old best friend and I used to wear all the time. And this is back when I was 25. Yes, I'm older than 25. It's very floral, and men love this one too. And it just makes me think back at that whole time. I think of myself wearing a lot of zebra print and hot pink lipstick. I used to have really wild makeup and bright bleach blonde hair, and that's what this makes me think of. And it also, this one stays on your skin very long. Like you only need like 2 sprays of this and it will last all day. Like it's very strong, and I highly recommend if you're looking for a perfume that lasts a really long time, this is the one for you. So that's what I recommend. I also noticed that the Kim Kardashian perfume is trying to copy this. So this is the better one though, I guarantee it. So Kim Kardashian's trying to smell like Michael Kors. So if there was a scent or a perfume that really triggered a childhood memory in me, it would be Coco Chanel. And yes, it's just the refill bottle. I didn't get the traditional one, and that's just me being a weirdo, I guess. I was at a store that ran out of the other bottles. So you're gonna see this reaction in me. So so there's something about this that triggers something in me very deeply, and it's not bad. So when I was a kid, I used to play dress up all the time, and I guess I'm kind of still doing that in my life. I'm still putting together ridiculous outfits, and now I just get to wear them in public. Before they were just in the upstairs playroom and nobody saw me. But my grandmother used to do a lot of garage sailing, and that was something that her and I would do when I visited her. And she used to live in Indiana. She's passed away now. But it was really fun because I liked antiques, and I collected all kinds of old jewelry, you know, like that old antique jewelry that's rhinestones and stuff like that. Like really, like you think of Marilyn Monroe, like the stuff that I like, you know? And she had bought a little bottle of perfume, and she had given it to me, and I was a kid, so I was in elementary school, and it was a tiny little bottle, and I had no idea what it was, and I used to spray it on myself when I played dress up, and it was this. It was Coco Chanel. So it makes me think of, and it makes me think of back then when I played dress up as a child and I used to pretend I was some rich older woman, and I guess that's what Chanel makes me think of. It makes me think of rich older women, you know, the kind of woman you want to be or hope to be at some point in your life. What do I have, another Chanel story? Okay, yeah, I got a couple for you. So this one, Chanel Chance, I actually figured out by watching a reality show. Okay, so they had this reality show about the cartel, you know, like Blanca, what's her name? Gazelle Blanca, the cocaine godmother, right? I'm probably saying her name wrong. Anyways, so her son was in this reality show and he went back and visited her grave, or he had someone go back and visit her grave, and he wanted to buy her favorite perfume and put it on her grave. Well, they showed a close-up of this and I had to keep going back and rewatching it to figure out what it was. So this is the perfume that he put on her grave, was Chanel Chance, and apparently that was her signature scent. So I love knowing that. Also, I haven't got to tell you the story yet because I'm not ready. When I'm ready and it's time, I will tell you about my police situation. But for right now, the situation doesn't feel done. It doesn't feel like to the point of talking about it. I don't want to get too emotional. I just want to like just be able to share it, and you know, kind of like when I shared my story time about the murder thing. Love that. That took me a long time to do. That was hard to make for me. I honestly think that that video is the most who I am. So if you want to kind of see me, who I truly am and all that, watch my story time about the murder thing. And that's probably my favorite video out of all my videos because it's the most real and honest. But anyways, when I had to go to jail for one day, really silly, really stupid, and that's a funny story and interesting and a good learning experience. I didn't think it was negative at all. I wanted to smell very fresh and very clean, so I put on Chanel Chance Eau Fresh, the green one. This is what I wore to jail. Very clean. It smells almost manly. So there's a couple scents that are woman scents, but they smell a little bit like a man. I would say those scents would be the Chanel Eau Fresh Chance one, and then this one is a little bit manly. This Carolina Herrera Good Girl. I don't think that the name fits it. I wouldn't have called this Good Girl because the heel and the way it smells, it's more like a bad girl, but okay. And this scent is a really good like going out clubbing scent. How do I explain this? It does, I think it has like one of the scents in it they put in men's cologne, but it is definitely a woman. So there is a clean but like underlying manliness to it, which actually I find very attractive. So I really do recommend that one a lot. Let's see here. I was really drawn to the men's cologne 1 million or whatever it was, Paco Rabanne. Like it used to be really popular and like everyone smelled like that, I guess. I don't know, that cologne like is so amazing. Like it's almost like a turn on when you smell it. So I wanted the woman's version, and so I have it. I have Lady Million. It's like a jewel or something, right? Yeah. So I had to order this online because they didn't sell it at the store anymore. And so I wore this all the time when I was, how old was I? I was 30. Yeah, I wore this when I was 30. Yeah, in my 30s. So this one is very rich, and a lot of people compliment on this one. And I guess like I think about, this is also like right when I lost a bunch of weight. And I told you my Herbalife story in another video. So like this was the scent that I was wearing around that time. So it kind of makes me think about that whole time about being super healthy. I also didn't pick out a perfume today yet, and that's kind of my thing, and I kind of don't feel like I'm put together and dressed until I have my perfume on. But at the end of the video, I'm gonna pick out my daily scent. So I will share that with you at that point, because I haven't decided yet. Because actually every day, I kind of go and smell all of these. I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them. I go, well, I think I want this one, this one, or this one, and I have to smell all of those 5 over and over again until I'm like, yep, this is today's scent. What do I got a story about for ya? So I got Miss Dior because now I try to avoid buying toilettes because I like the strongest perfume I can get. I don't like anything that's too light. I don't like it. I guess if I was to choose perfumes, the scents that I like, it's either very rich or very fresh and clean. Those are the ones I like. It really sweet too, but spicy sometimes, but that's not what I really go towards. And there, what is the spicy one I like the Versace, is it Crystal Noir? Is that what it is? That's a good spicy one. I recommend that one. So Miss Dior, I think, is the scent that, this is Lion's favorite, by the way. This is the one he loves on me, is Miss Dior. This is Lion's pick for me. It's very powdery, it's very sweet. Sweet floral, powdery, clean. Yeah, I think that this is the one that I'll always get too. I'll always rebuy this one. I love this one. I think you can never go wrong with this one. I've had a lot of women stop me and compliment me on this one. A lot of women have complimented on this one. This one's interesting. Dior Poison Girl. So I don't really like Dior Poison. It smells like Play-Doh to me, and that's kind of odd for me. I don't want to smell like that. But this one, kind of a little hint of that, but it's not crazy. It actually smells more like a candy. And when it settles on your skin, and that's the other thing you have to think about with scents, is that everything smells differently on everyone else's skin because your body chemistry is different, right? So you really want to let it settle in your skin. And this is one that I didn't like at first. Like when I first smelled it in the bottle, I actually thought it was like a creamsicle. Now I don't smell that at all. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I thought that. So when this one really settles on your skin, it's very rich, it's very inviting. I think it's very sexual, kind of like it's a very sexual drawing scent. This is a Victoria's Secret perfume. It's called Wicked. And I kind of like get in this mood where I feel like I shouldn't be wearing Victoria's Secret perfume just because I feel like it's just not gonna last. But I haven't found that to be true. It's just a weird thing in my mind. So like, whatever for me. Like, why would I buy it if I thought that? I don't know where to. So this is actually one of the perfumes I love, and they discontinued it. They had it at, you know, the semi-annual sale. So I bought like 3 bottles of it because I love it so much. This perfume is amazing. It is very sweet. I love sweet. It's very rich. This is another one that once it settles on your skin is amazing, and men are drawn to it. So I was actually trying to figure out why they would discontinue that, because this is probably one of the best perfumes that they have. I don't like their bombshell scent. Something about it gives me headaches. So I actually think this is their best one. So I actually wrote on the website, you know, under the review section, saying the reason I think that this perfume failed for them was because of the name. I don't think that Wicked fits this at all. I think of Wicked, I think it's gonna be spicy. I think it's gonna be a lot darker. It's not Wicked. This is very sweet and bright and that. Just like I don't think that the Good Girl perfume was named correctly. Like I would not have named it that. It doesn't fit the perfume. So I said that the name doesn't fit and the bottle doesn't fit. Like this bottle, it's kind of like ceramic and you can't see through it. And I don't like bottles you can't see through. So I do like to see how much I have left. So I just told him it was the name in the bottle, and if you change that, I bet you still have the perfume around. So another one that I will always keep buying that's really popular, so I don't know if I should bring it up, is this one. It's a Lancome VS Belle or something. I can't say things very well. Can't read. This one settles on your skin really well too. But the other thing that's interesting about this is it makes me think of, there's something about it that smells like wax or like crayons or a little bit, like tiny bit, like not that much, but there's something about it that makes me think of a crayon, which I like, but it's very sweet and floral too. So it's just a very underlying thing. And I think about that when I wear this. And this one lasts very long too. So I'm gonna, which perfumes last the longest? Okay. All right, the ones that really last, this one, Michael Kors, Wicked, Miss Dior. The other one that really lasts is one of my really expensive ones, so I'll get that one for you. So a friend of mine bought me this. Perfumes de Molly, which is a really expensive one. Deline, is that how you say it? This bottle, oh my goodness. Yeah, this one really lasts on your skin too. This is an interesting one. It's very sweet, I love sweet. There's rhubarb in it. How do I? You only want to put 2 sprays of that on you because I think it's too strong if you put more than that. That's kind of my going out perfume, but it's one of those ones that you kind of have to be in the mood for. Like there are perfumes that I could just wear all the time and I don't have to be like in a mood for it. But then there's ones that I have to be in a mood for. And that's one that I have to be in a mood for. Gucci Guilty Intense. Okay, I love the bottle, I love gold. It would be perfect if I loved it so much because I could just throw this in my purse and refresh all the time because the way that the bottle is, it's a perfect in your purse perfume. Sometimes I love this, sometimes I hate this. The love-hate with Gucci Guilty. I don't know, can I recommend Gucci Guilty if I feel like it smells like a baby? I don't know. I don't know if that's a good quality or not. I mean, I know a lot of people love it. I love the bottle. I bought it, so I must not think it's that bad, right? But I also like have an addiction, and I like to just try things and be different people. I don't know. What am I doing? I don't know. I think I'm also kind of confused with Gucci's perfumer because I used to really love this one, and this is Gucci Bamboo. You can see I've used quite a bit of it, but I have had it for, you know, a good 2 years. The thing about this one, it is sweet and I loved it, and it has this thing to it. The problem with it, okay, is there's this musk underneath, and the way that that settles in your skin sometimes is a little bit weird, okay? And I know other people notice this. So if they ever made a new version of it, they'd have to revisit this musk thing. But I did notice the musk thing kind of bothering me a little bit. So I will tell you how to deal with this, because I figured out how to deal with this. So I combined 2 perfumes together. So I realized, and they're probably gonna hate this. They're gonna hate this. But the Ariana Grande perfume, I think it's her original one. Yeah. Has a very good candy scent, very cotton candy-ish, very sweet. Excuse me. There's something similar to this that blends very well with the Gucci Bamboo. So I actually spray this on first and this over it, and the way that these 2 combine together is really good. So I now don't wear these separately, I only wear them together. So I found out that Chanel was going to be releasing a new perfume, and it was going to be called Gabrielle. And so it wasn't at the stores yet. I couldn't smell it. I had no idea what it smelled like, but I loved like everything else of theirs, right? So I thought, well, it couldn't really be bad, and it had been a while since they had made a release. So I found out that you could order it through the website if you had an account with them. So I ordered it and had it like 2 weeks before anyone else did, at least here in Oregon. And I was so excited to get it. I was like, wow, I'm gonna, I don't know, I'm a weirdo. But I have to say that when I smelled it, I was disappointed. And then I hate to say that because it was like a big deal for me at the time. And it's just, it's not that it's bad, it smells good, it's just like safe, you know, it's like playing it safe. And it's just, it's like anybody could wear it, you know, your teenager could wear it, your mom could wear it, your grandma could wear it. There's like, this is all occasions, floral, but you know, I can't say that anyone's going to be like blown away by it. It's gonna smell good, like, can't imagine anyone not liking it, but like, I don't know. That's okay, I'll still wear it. It still smells nice. I just won't rebuy it. Another perfume, what's a perfume? You know what, so I'm gonna talk about this one. Prada Florale. Now I love this scent, and there's something about Prada that almost smells like medical. It has like a medical cleaning, I don't know. I like it. I like this about it. This is a positive thing. This is like the only way I can explain this is there's something a little bit medical about it. I love this scent, but the problem is it doesn't last. And if they made this to last, this might be one of the perfumes that I wear all the time. I'm hesitant to use it sometimes because when I go places, I want people to smell me. I want your comments on my perfume. I have an addiction. Part of the addiction is people telling me if they like it. And I keep track of how many people tell me they like something. So if one gets a lot of compliments, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna wear that one a little bit more. That's gonna be my going out perfume. Or I remember who told me what they liked. So like if you hung out with me and you complimented me on a perfume, when I hang out with you again, chances are I'm gonna wear that again for you. And you didn't know that I remembered that. It's kind of addiction overload right now. I'm like, I should go to the store and smell some new ones. I've smelled these ones so long. I don't know. So one of the things, because I have this addiction, that I thought would be interesting is if I bought a perfume during a certain time period and then I kept the receipt in the thing. So I know this is not like anything significant, at least to me it doesn't matter, but we had the Eclipse here that was supposed to be like a big deal. You know, when the whatever, you can't, it's black for a minute or two or whatever, and it's in the middle of the day, whatever. Where I was, I didn't see that. You had to go to a certain part in Oregon, but whatever. So I got Coco Noir Chanel. I love the black bottle. The scent is good. I like the scent a lot. But then somebody wrote online that this scent was like a combination of Coco Mademoiselle and Coco. And then when I tried it, I just put them and mixed them together. I was like, yeah, it is. It kind of ruined it for me, I have to be honest. Anyways, the secret with this one is, so when you open the box, you go like this. I put the receipt from the day that I bought this perfume back here. Macy's receipt, 8/21/2017. So this one, Chanel Allure, I really like this one too. And I also, since I have an addiction to Elvis, okay, like we're learning about my addictions today. This is an addiction video. So what am I addicted to? I'm addicted to perfumes, I'm addicted to Elvis, I'm addicted to Marilyn Monroe. I've had an addiction to Britney Spears. What else do I have an addiction to? Buying outfits, having my nails done, wearing makeup, make sure my hair is perfect. That's my addictions. Whatever. This one, Chanel Allure, so I read online, it may not be true, but I saw that somebody wrote in the reviews under Fragrantica that they had met Priscilla Presley, you know, Elvis's wife, and they asked her what perfume she was wearing, and she said she was wearing this, Chanel Allure. And I do think she would wear this. I do feel like this is something she would wear. And so sometimes when I'm like, you know what, in my mind, I want to pretend like I met Elvis somewhere and he ran into me and I'm wearing that. I don't know, maybe another life. And this was one that I thought about forever getting and I just didn't. And then I got it for my sister as a gift. And then I felt like, well, that's her scent now. I can't get it for myself, that's her scent. And then I said, you know what, I loved it so much, I'm just gonna buy a little bottle of it. So I wear it sometimes. It's very classy. I think of a very classy woman wearing this. Floral, you know, clean. So there are some perfumes that like, they get stuck on my clothing. And then, you know, you put the clothing somewhere or it's on the sheets or on the pillow, on the couch, and then I smell and I'm like, oh my God, that smells amazing. What is that? What did I wear the other day? What day was this? You know, whatever. And the three perfumes that have done that to me, that I've smelled on something and I forgot what it was at first and then I had to think about it and then I'm like, like a perfume test for me would be Coco Mademoiselle and Black Opium. I think it's the way it settles on your skin. It's sweet coffee. And Miss Dior. If I was gonna go on a date and I didn't know the guy and I wanted him to not be offended by my perfume, like if he didn't like something too sweet or too spicy, I would wear this. Versace Absolute would be my date perfume. My first date perfume. Sometimes when I get a new perfume or I'm wondering about a perfume, I'll wear it when I go out like at a club or something to see if anyone compliments it. And that's the test. And then if no one says anything, I'm like, oh, great. Okay. This one or this one. You know what? I want Elvis to visit me. I want him to come visit me today. So I'm gonna wear Allure. That's what I'm doing. All right, you guys, I hope this wasn't too ridiculous, but what can I say? If you liked my explanation for my collection and you'd like to see more, because it's gonna grow, this collection's gonna grow, but I will use all of it, I promise. I share with people too, so. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.